rather large dysfunctional family, but I think you have to have a certain personality type to work in the operating theatre.
Feels like you're coming home.
I've grown up at this hospital as well. I was even born at this hospital, so it's sort of, it's in my blood and my family's blood.
Oh, every emotion under the sun. Laughter, sadness, anger, frustration, everything. But then that's what we're coming to work for.
So we've got 2 patients. First patient is having an endoscopy. The first gentleman has had problems with indigestion and heartburn, so he needs to have a flexible camera, looks down his food pipe into his stomach. Just a little inflammation. So what I'll do is I'll do some duodenal biopsies and then I'll do a clo.
1.
A lot of people that were here 10 years ago when I was a junior doctor have come up through the ranks themselves within the theatre team, and it's really nice to come back and work with them again. It's very much a team rather than a hierarchy.
Despite all the madness and chaos that you see, there's always a teamwork involved in it.
Concentrating on our other hand.
You'll see there's a lot of chaos, but I think within that chaos there is a rhyme and a reason.
Gas on, please.
It can be hard sometimes not to get attached to the patient, especially if they have a really nice family and they're all really nice and the patient's really nice and chatty, and then you get in there and you actually find out that they're really not well at all, and it can be hard sometimes, but it's just life and it's just what happens when you work in theatre.
You see the worst and best of people, and never a day goes by that I don't feel completely privileged to take care of these patients. Sometimes it's the start of a life and sometimes it's the end of a life, and you will have a positive effect on that family at that stage in their life.
We've been through a lot of tragedies together, but we've also been through a lot of happy times together, so it just brings you closer. We are human at the end of the day, and we do have hearts, so a good cry, and we all do it together.
I've had a left hip replacement. I've already had the right one done a few years ago, so I'm hoping that now I've had the left one done, I'll be able to walk a lot better. 1967, what was it? 8. I started school at 16. Finished in 1960. Compared to what the hip replacements were like 50 years ago, the ones now are absolutely amazing. So I've done quite well really out of the NHS. It's a marvellous thing. When you think about what everything costs, the NHS is the best thing that ever happened, isn't it?
It is not the NHS that I think originally envisaged or planned to be. Now it's more like a business. So things have changed.
I just hope it lasts another 70 years for when I need it, but how it's going to manage, I don't know. It's a frightening grey area at the moment.
Demand is sort of outstripping supply, and unless something changes now, that's going to continue happening. So you can see that there could actually be a sort of a critical point at some point and everything could collapse. That's the worst case scenario.
There are staff that are burning out, but generally people do passionately come to work, passionately give all the time to the NHS and beyond without even asking for anything back.
From the inside out, we do the best we can with what we've got.
It would be lovely that the NHS does survive, and I hope the government listen to the voices of the people that work on the shop floor.
The NHS will last as long as there are people willing to fight for it.
I feel incredibly privileged to work for the NHS and incredibly privileged to work with such an amazing team who are hard-working and passionate about patient care.
It does need help, it's on its knees, which is sad to see, but I know the staff at Airedale will give everything until they're on the knees, and we'll try our best to keep it going.